Proverbs chapter 21, verse 20, the Living Bible. The wise, you read it yourself. You are seeing it now. It's on the screen. Read, 1, 2, go. The wise man saves for the future, but the foolish man spends whatever he gets. He spends whatever he gets. The wise man saves for the future. The foolish man spends whatever he gets. Like tomorrow is not coming. Listen, the problem is not the size of a man's income. The problem is the size of his mind, the way he thinks. Tell somebody, it doesn't matter how much you receive. Listen, if you follow what I'm going to share with you now, it will make you rich. I mean, in cash and assets and lands, and you know what I mean now. I'm trying to say in all the things that money can refer to, everything. You see, maybe I should give you a little more story. How I started saving. Okay? Because it just told you that the foolish man spends whatever he gets. It says, but the wise man saves for the future. We were still a young church, and we had to spend everything. Because, in fact, I also got money from, the friends and others who sent me money. All the money we could get in the church was not enough. So I needed more money. And thank God I never had to ask them. But they sent me money. And so we would use money for hiring chairs, money for hiring the place, money for just name it. Follow up, I'll give them money to go and visit, write down the names of all the people who are going to visit during the week. Okay? I'll go on visitation. And then my other folks who go out on visitation would divide all the people who are going to visit. So there's some of you here, I came to visit you. Yeah. So we'll do all that. And we were spending all the money because there was just not enough. One day, I called the Pastor Tom, who was, not Reverend Tom now, Pastor Tom. And I called him and I said, he was the one who was keeping the records. So I said, how much did we receive this past month? He went, got his records, and he said to me, 8,000 naira. I said, so how much is left? He smiled, he said, it's finished. I said, 8,000 naira is finished. I didn't even know that we could have 8,000 naira. I said, impossible. 8,000? How? What did we do with 8,000? He was trying to write the things that I was not interested. No, he didn't get my point. My point wasn't give me the list of what we did. I was not trying to balance the equation. My point was, what in the world did I do with 8,000 naira? Dear God. I said, what about the previous month? 8,000 naira, about, somewhere around 8,000 naira also. So I found out that in the last 3 months, we had up to 8,000 naira each month. I said, I spent 8,000 naira. God Almighty, on what? This is impossible. How could I have done that? Spend everything? How could I? Then I said, now, let me tell you what. From this month, you will save 5,000 naira. Hear what I'm telling you. We will use only 3. Listen to me. I didn't say save 3. We will use 5. I said save 5. We will use 3. He said, okay.
is it?
That month, for the first time, he saved 5,000 naira. We operated with 3. And we had some extra over the 5. For the first time, we had money. Every time it finished, it was normal. And there was no problem. We weren't owing anybody. So we could have continued. But I said, what? That's wrong. I said, save 5. At the end of this month, we had 5,000 naira owing nobody. We were rich. That was the beginning. And from then on, I knew how to save. And I would save and save and always save. Because God said to save. He said, if you are wise, you will save. If you are a fool, you will spend everything. Are you following what I'm telling you? Imagine that you wanted a facility from a bank. They'll ask you, how much do you have? Then you say, I don't have anything. I just want you to give me everything. They say, get out of here. You have to have something. And from there, I started learning to have something. I saved 5. And the rest is history. I kept on saving. I kept on saving much more than I received. Because I determined that I was not going to save 20%. No, not 50%. I will save more. 5 out of 8 to be saved. What a principle. So principle number 1. You already know it, right? Spend less than you earn. Much less than you earn. Be wise. Spend less than you earn. Don't say the money is not enough. I just told you. Listen, under normal circumstances, the 8,000 would have not been enough. I knew it. So that's why I wasn't interested in the list of things they were going to write for me. I knew that that would help me make an excuse. Because everything in the list will be important. But I was going to also use the miracle power of God to work things out for me. That's why you have to connect with God. What one man is spending ₦1 million on, you will probably do for 100,000. And they'll be surprised. Once you are determined, then God says, all right, I'm with you on it. Go ahead. Then you find his seal is on it. But if you say you're going to depend on money, then you will always need enough money to do everything you want to do. But depend on him. What they are needing 10 million to do, you will do with 1 million. That is part of the blessing. You find things you don't have to pay for. So don't depend on money. Depend on God. But you must follow his principle. He told you to save. He knows why. So that when he requests for it, you can give him it. And when he tells you to use it, you can use it. It might be the deposit that you need. Imagine that you needed something that is worth 100 million. And the man is ready to give it for 50,000. 50. The thing is 100 million. He's ready to give it for 50,000. And he says, if you have 50,000, I give it to you. You say, hey, I don't have. Hey, I don't have. Hey. Why? Because you spent everything. Then you realize when God told you to save, he knew why. We have done things with money that will surprise you. How much? And the values are so high. But you add the miracle power of God to it. Then they ask you, how much is it? You say 5 letters. Faith.